Zest is in, where resilience begins, not fixing the crowd.
Hello everyone and welcome to Zest is in with me, Shel Marie, the podcast that will take you on a journey from the hustle to the harmony, fueling your passion whilst finding your peace. Today you are going to love my guest. He is called Mark Ehlert and he is a mental health advocate, speaker, entertainer, and I'm sure much more, sharing his lived experience of trauma recovery to inspire healing and challenge stigma around mental illness. Through his incredible storytelling and creative expression, he opens up honest conversations about turning pain into purpose and what it really means to rebuild and grow after adversity. If you feel called, please subscribe to help amplify this incredible episode that's about to take place, and many of the others that have happened on Zest is Zen. Please go and check them out. It's literally a click of the button. It costs you absolutely nothing, but it allows this episode and many more to reach many more hearts and minds. So if you have done so already, thank you. And may this episode bring you the courage, the clarity, and a deeper sense of connection, which I'm sure we would all love a bit more of. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you much for having me. It's truly an honor.
You're very welcome. So I just know that even in that intro, it leaves so much wiggle room to you and your journey that's still, I'm sure, unfolding, because life is a journey. And I would just love to, whatever you think comes to your mind right now, for you to just express whatever, because I feel like sometimes when we control the narrative, which I don't ever do on Zest is Zen, but often I say, take us back to but I just feel like today I want to just throw the ownership over to you, and I want to really just listen and then be curious, intrigued, and I just feel like you will know where to start. You'll know what the viewers really need to hear.
Rock and roll. That I do. I'm good about reading people. I'm a social being. That's why I got into entertainment.
Beautiful.
I enjoy good social connection. And one of the things I want to start with is, like you were saying, one of the biggest key things that I do in all my speaking and sharing my journey is breaking the stigma. I'm a male. I grew up in the 90s, and there was a big stigma about mental health. It was not something that was talked about. I was oblivious to what mental health was. I didn't know there was symptoms. I just thought the way I felt was just how everybody felt. I just thought it was life.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to talk about it. I didn't know how to bring it up because I thought it was a reflection of my character, insecurities. I thought I would be judged a lot. So I kept it to myself a lot. But I'm glad we can have this conversation to break the stigma so other people out there struggling can know there's others struggling and it's not their fault, that there's ways to be able to fix it when we bring our awareness to it.
Yeah.
So that's my little slogan, is mark my words. Mental health awareness saved my life.
Wow. Just for that a second, like, let's just sit with that, like, because I'm just someone who never always used to be like this, but now when I really like feel into the energy of words, like even your name and you just saying that, it's not the actual words that you're putting together. And as we know this with everything, it's intonation, it's how it's said, it's, whatever way. But the way you just said that, it just kind of, I felt, just jumped out. And I know we talked about this off screen, not talked, but messaged about it. And I know that I just know that equally is a big part of what you're creating in this world, and whether whatever the time comes for it and how it's brought out into the world, I just know that that's particularly a very powerful thing linked to you. So with that in mind, can you expand a little bit on that? Mark my words. Let's explore that a little bit more.
Absolutely, because in my youth, I didn't realize I had a multitude of mental health conditions. I was dealing with abandonment and rejection issues. I had codependency issues. I had trust and betrayal issues. I didn't realize they were issues. I just thought it was the way everyone felt. I didn't know they were particular to my situation and things. I ignored them. I never addressed my mental health or realized it was a mental health. I never put a label to it or investigated it. I was embarrassed about it. I thought that's just how everyone felt, and I was just weak because I didn't handle it well. I didn't realize I had conditions. I had some trauma deeply rooted in my childhood that I was so young. I don't remember it. My brain did some self-preservation and knows that's something I don't want to remember. And I was so young. My parents put me through childhood therapy to try to help me, but I don't even remember that. It was in my young youth. And afterwards, we never really traveled into my older youth or young adulthood. So I didn't realize I had trauma in my childhood until later in life. Because again, I was struggling with some things in my young adulthood all through high school. I had this overwhelming feeling of just not feeling loved. I just really didn't feel important. I felt very insignificant.
Yeah.
And I was codependent. I really needed and wanted people in my life because I was afraid of being alone and people leaving.
Yeah.
So I would do almost anything in my power to try to make other people happy, to try to receive their love and feel loved.
Yeah.
I later realized a lot of people did love me. I had a great support system. I didn't love myself.
But that
I didn't love myself,
yeah,
so I deflected other people.
Yeah, you couldn't receive it.
Exactly, very intuitive. I couldn't see the love I was getting. I didn't retain it. I deflected it because I didn't love myself. Yeah, and I had a really hard time communicating things in my young childhood because I was again afraid of people leaving me and not feeling loved. So I didn't know how to ask people like, "Hey, why did you do this to me?" Or "Why did this happen?" I was bad about conflict and confrontation. I would let people just kind of treat me pretty bad and I would just deal with it. So I wasn't good about setting boundaries, and I was letting some pretty bad people into my life, to be honest. They noticed I was insecure and would have a tendency to kind of take advantage of me, and I had a tendency to just give everyone my everything to try to feel loved, and it was making me feel empty.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And I'm sure, myself included, I'm sure there's many people that can really relate to what you're expressing right now, however that looks externally for all of us, because it's all an inward journey essentially of how we feel. Thank you so much for expressing that, and even that in itself just shows the power of using your voice now to really and I think, it doesn't mean that we just go out there and we air all our, if you want to call it dirty laundry, etc. But equally, when you can take something that was so personal to you and you can, as we spoke, kind of you shared in your bio, you can transform it into gold for someone else as well as yourself, because everything essentially goes back to self. I've realized that there's just something so powerful about that. So really thank you, Mark, for sharing that. And I know that even in you sharing it, even though that was then and this is now, you can still feel the intensity of what you went through. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for giving me a space to talk about it, because I really do want people to know that mental health is real. I want to break the stigma, and I want to openly talk about it as much as I can, both professionally and as a volunteer. And again, what you were saying, using my voice, communication is important. If I would have learned how to communicate things a long time ago, a lot of my trauma would have never happened.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, Shel, I opened with I had some trauma ingrained into my childhood. It traveled farther into my young adulthood and in my adulthood, and it's still something I carry with me. My people out there in trauma recovery, trauma isn't something that just goes away.
No.
We find ways to manage and accept it so we can be a better person and not let our trauma control us.
Yes.
It's changed us, but we can't hand our life over to our trauma.
No, absolutely not. But what I'm really hearing between the lines is that doesn't mean that it's easy, because I really do think sometimes, people are looking for that magical pill or that tick off, or that, okay, so this person will heal me, or I'll do this, and it's still that kind of running, seeking. So it might not be like you're seeking the love in that person, but you're seeking now something new, like almost a new addiction to something, but it's called healing. And I think what you so beautifully expressed is everyone can have their own views on this. This is just something I'm expressing, and you're welcome to express. But what I've realized is it's not a destination, but how we choose to show up, how we choose to respond, what we allow and tolerate changes. And that's the difference. Is, I think, the same, not necessarily the same, because you become the creator of what you want in your life. So even though that same energy of a person might turn up, or that same behaviorism or whatever it is, but instead of now being the one that's like, okay, I need this, you're going to help me, you're going to give me what I need, you stop. This is what I've noticed. You observe and you think, it's interesting that's coming up again. And for me, I go back to self. Okay, I wonder why that's coming up again, and how am I feeling about it this time? Actually, am I now like chasing that person, or am I thinking, okay, it's interesting that's come back up, but I'm actually in a really good place right now, and I'm responding differently to it. And I don't know. What do you think about that?
I especially like the way you phrase that towards the end, is responding. I've been going to therapy for a long time now. In my adulthood, I've accepted that I need a space to talk about. I'm sorry, I think I heard my phone talking. It says that things was muted. Is that myself muted?
No, so it was me. I was coughing. Sorry, darling.
I know, it's okay. Yeah,
I was trying to be polite and not like, I was about to imitate then, and just may as well have not been muted.
Cool. And for any of my viewers out there who aren't aware, I would like to say that I'm someone that has total loss of vision. That's why my phone was just speaking to me. I heard it say something about muted. So I went, oh, did I get turned off? Am I muted? I have total vision loss. So I heard it say something. I can't see the prompt across the screen or what actually happened. So yeah, everyone.
Mark, just before you continue, can I just really acknowledge, like, wow. Let's just really, like, sit with that. Like, not only are you expressing so fully from your heart, okay, right now, but even this whole process, the whole process of a life for you right now is such, I just think from what you've shared, it's just such already, before you even speak anymore, I can see how far you've come. Wow. So I'm actually glad I just did that, so we had that moment to really celebrate that. Yeah, I'll just cough down everyone can just enjoy the coughing next time.
Fabulous, because we're all human. There's no judgment, and you got your,
It's because you were in flow and I wanted to listen. I didn't want everyone my coughing to butt in. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you, but I just think, wow, that's incredible.
It wasn't an interruption as much as it was a perfect transition to what I was going to say, and to dabble more into my history.
Beautiful.
Because what you were just saying is great. Again, the responding, because it's something I've learned through therapy and through mental health awareness and through my own personal training that there's two things when you have trauma or when you have something that makes you emotional. You can react and you can respond.
Yeah.
When you react, you're using your emotions. You're not using your logic. You're not using your rational mind. You're reacting purely based on emotions. That can get us in trouble. It's not good for us to think. Not good for us to be thinking with our emotions, because everybody, I'm an emotional guy. I got emotions. I'll admit it. I'm a man, but I have emotions. I'm not going to bury them and feel like I'm insecure and stuff. My men out there, don't play with toxic masculinity. You're a man, but don't feel the need to have to defend that. You're a human being and you have emotions.
Yes.
Yeah, I want you to process and work those emotions when you have them. Bring your awareness to what caused them and what brought them up. Know why it's bothering you or why it makes you happy. Look for those things that make you happy. Avoid those things that cause problems and know why. And Shel, one of the things we were just talking about, before I continue, any of our viewers out there, out of respect, I understand what trauma is and the triggers that we all have. I'm going to tell you something that could possibly bring out some triggers in anyone out there that is experiencing some of their own post-traumatic stress or things in their life that have changed them. I won't be offended if you need to walk away at any moment or mute anything. I respect and understand trauma, how it can be rooted in us. I had a hard time in my youth communicating things. I had a hard time with conflict. At age 19, September 12th, 2004, I was really struggling with some conflict in my life. I didn't know how to confront someone. I attempted suicide by putting a gun to my head. I was found the next day, approximately 16 hours later, when I was in a coma and on life support for an extended period of time in the hospital, approximately 9 weeks. After coming out of the coma, I experienced the symptoms of a traumatic brain injury. I have total vision loss for the rest of my life, and it created post-traumatic stress disorder. So everyone, I haven't been blind my whole life. I used to have 20/20 vision from birth to age 19. We're coming up to the 22-year anniversary of my attempt that took my vision. I've been living on my own for almost 10 years now. I'm very, very high functioning and independent. I had trauma in my childhood. I had mental health issues. I have a brain injury.
Wow.
I have a lot, but I love myself and I carry myself very, very well.
Oh my gosh, stop it, Mark. You're gonna make me cry. I'm just sorry. Wow, if that is not a testimonial to the real strength of, and I'm gonna actually use the word soul, of a soul that at a point where realistically afterwards you should have been, most people would have been in a like, well, what's the point now? And this, wow, this growth, this transformation, this journey, this just even more than the words you're expressing, that has come because of a very, very traumatic thing that happened in your life. And I'm really sorry that you went to the depths of that to really experience another incredible event of trauma. And thank goodness you are here today, because even in connecting with you and listening to you, and it's so interesting because each time I've wanted to ask you something, you've actually just addressed it anyway, which just shows how connected you are to just who you are and what you're here to share and represent. And I just really, 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 really want to honor you. So really thank you so much, Mark.
You're very welcome. Thanks for giving me a space to tell people, because back to that whole reacting versus responding, that day 22 years ago, I was reacting. I was using all emotions. I didn't choose to respond and have a a conversation with people. I didn't know what to say or how to. So my people out there, when you want to say something or need to, find your words, find a way to communicate things. Using your body language and your actions, people aren't going to know what you mean. They're going to find it more difficult to be able to communicate with you because they don't know what you're trying to say, and they're going to find it awkward and uncomfortable. Find a way to use your words. Everyone, don't be embarrassed. No, communication is very important.
Yeah.
That's why it's been 22 years, everyone. I've never once attempted again and never will, because I know suicide is not what I wanted. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to communicate something. So the last 15 years of my life, I've been going to therapy. I see a psychiatrist. I medicate when I need to for my conditions. I talk about the problems I have when I need to. I don't run away from confrontation. I know how to set boundaries in my life to protect myself.
Amazing.
I know how to shut doors to people that don't have mutual respect or things for me. I've learned how to communicate everyone and love and respect myself. I want you to know you can do the same.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. Really, really, you are such an inspiration, and I don't know the background of all that you've done, all that you've experienced up to this point, but I do know that you are going to continue to be placed in opportunities in front of people that really need to hear this, because honestly, I think what you're sharing is just so inspiring, and I know that even people just listening to that and whatever point in their life they may be at, that they can see through your story, like, there is always hope, there is always something greater that is coming. It's almost like we get tested up to that point of the storm, and unfortunately we have very different storms, and some people unfortunately do not overcome those storms, but you have. And wow, incredible.
Yeah, thank you. And I like to inspire people to let them know it seems like a lot, but everything is possible to overcome when we set our mind to it. Yeah. And I enjoy sharing my story as much as I can. Thanks for the invitation here today. I'm always trying to do as many interviews as I can. On all of my social medias, I'm regularly posting mental health talks and monologues to share my history. In the past years, I've been trained as a mental health recovery support system. I take on clients to do one-on-one sessions for them to help them in their recovery, as well as actually group meetings, a lot for men who are struggling with their recovery and their mental health. And I also do it as a volunteer. Like we mentioned, I'm an entertainer. I've been playing music for about 25 years and doing comedy for a period of time.
Wow.
I enjoy having that stage and that platform to be able to, after I'm done entertaining, be able to pick up that microphone and share my story to try to reach more people on a larger platform.
Wow. And again, it's not a stigma or a stereotype, because that's what we're here to speak about today and change. But ironically, sometimes the most funniest people have the deepest wounds, as we know, from many great comedians who have definitely gone before their time, but equally, how beautiful to hear that there's so many different creative ways that you are sharing. And again, like, what a gift, because it's not saying, but some people, it is kind of like that, that they pursue one way, but what I'm hearing from you is you are really just embracing life. And I feel like even to be at 19 is like, oh my gosh, for most of us, you're just about to become 20. That is such a pivotal point in your life. And for even you to be 19 and what you went through, and then the kind of repercussions of you know, the effect of what you essentially brought upon your life, you reacted to, you were still, and I'm sure it wasn't a straightforward journey. I'm sure there was a lot of processing going on, but I just think it's incredible. I really admire you. And yeah, I believe you sharing your story, particularly for men, is going to just open the eyes of so many. So really, thank you so much, Mark.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure, and I'm very grateful to still be here.
Yes, well,
Be
we're
able
happy
to
you're
share.
here. And I'm not talking here on Zest, and I'm talking here. Yeah.
And speaking of that, that's why if you're out in the UK, thanks for inviting this Irishman on your podcast. Thanks for not throwing me off when you heard about my heritage, you know?
I was sitting there thinking, does he know what he's wearing? No, I'm joking. No, I love the Irish. I love the Irish.
You would have... Sorry, go ahead.
No, continue.
My tattoo artist actually has a tendency to refer to me as Celtic man. Because even though I have vision loss, I'm big into self-expression, and I already had a large amount of tattoos in age 19. It's a lifestyle. After losing my vision, it's a lifestyle I won't stop. It's self-expression. So my tattoo artist calls me Celtic man.
I love it.
So much Irish pride tattoo work, it's not even funny. My sleeve, it goes from my right wrist all the way to my left shoulder, is actually all Irish pride work. I love it.
This is incredible. And may I ask, like, so when you say like completely blind, or can you see?
No, I have no light perception, no shadows or anything.
Goodness.
If anyone is curious, the entrance was right here. That gun was point blank. It entered right here, and it exited approximately here. It completely severed both of my optic nerves. There's no communication from my eyeballs to my brain. It's completely severed. Nerve damage is something that doctors right now can't be able to repair. It's something they're working on. It's a big debate in the medical field whether or not they should start doing stem cell research and doing things to be plausible.
It will happen. 100%.
Eventually it will happen. So
absolutely. And I love the way you just said it like that. Again, that really shows just your growth. Oh my goodness. Even right now, when you are literally going through what you're going through, to still word it in that way, beautiful, absolutely beautiful, because this world is incredible. And the more we believe in the impossible, and we really, really hold that vision, like the things that now can happen in this world, like it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Even now, speaking with you, and that I muted to cough, and I just every day I'm surprised by how incredible this world is. And that's the thing, isn't it? Perspective again. You can look at everybody is living a version of what they see, what they hear, what they think of the world, and we get to choose again. Tomorrow it might not be as nice, the world, but ebb and flow, life is not linear, but equally we get to show up. We get to pick, okay, it's today. Am I going to allow today to control me, or do I get to set the foundation for today, what I want today to be, regardless of what shows up in my life?
Absolutely. I really, really encourage people always to be able to take control of their life and not have a mantra in your head that says that you can't do this. I've expressed some of my conditions, but I have a multitude of chronic pain conditions.
Gosh.
Half of my skull is rebuilt with reconstructive surgery. I have chronic nerve pain. I have a multitude of chronic pain conditions, but I still do what I want to with my day. I don't let my pain stop me. I find ways to address it. I find ways to manage it. The more I sink into that pain, the more I feel helpless, the more I'm handing it to my pain, and the more I feel like it's controlling me, when I have to find the right mantra to be able to control my pain and know it's just a feeling, something I can find ways to manage.
Absolutely. And I don't know why I feel called to ask you this, but I just have this feeling that, we never know who's watching, and not just a listener or someone that wants to connect with you as a client, but equally further than that, who's watching, who really connects to you and what you're expressing. And I'm just very intrigued. What is your vision for the future? And when I say future, I don't mean like the future. I mean like the future essentially is every out. Well, what's not here right now. The present moment is all we have. But like no capping, because I think deep down, I don't know, I just let you know. How do you imagine your future? I feel like I just really want you to speak it out loud, and I feel like somewhat, I don't know, I just feel like someone listening might, I don't know, carry on.
Right on. In my future, I see myself doing what I'm still doing to this day on a daily basis, posting some mantra or my entertainment, entertaining the world or educating them. I consider myself an infotainer. I can already support myself and live happy and prosperous at this point. I can keep my head above water. I don't care about being rich and famous. I just care about getting through the day, supporting myself, and being able to just sleep at night with a smile on my face and knowing that I'm being able to do what I want with myself. Because that's, to me, that's the definition of success. It's not how big your house is or how much money you have, how many people can recognize me on the street. Success to me is feeling content with the things that I've done with my life and the choices I'm making. And that's all I want, is just my own success, to be able to still just strive with my vision loss and my brain injury, address things when they come up, and tackle my trauma when it's present, to be able to share my history to people, to open eyes and let people know that mental health, I don't want the stigma to still be around. I want it to be something that's openly talked about on a regular
Yes.
basis. That's what I see myself doing, is changing lives by informing people and entertaining them.
Beautiful. But equally, I just want to challenge that just a little bit, because I think, there is a power to words and what we express outwardly, and I can sense you're a very humble man, and you've really found this, and I'm not saying it's always, but you've found this contentment and inner peace, which I believe is actually, for me, that is the goal in life. Like no one can take that from you once you've built that within. But equally, if you're in more positions where you're able to reach a larger audience on a much grander scale, and position yourself in places worldwide that allows you to reach many more hearts and minds, would that not also be beyond you and of service to more people?
It is something I would love to do, is not just on my own stage and my own social medias and things. I would like to have a larger platform. I'd like to be speaking on stages that are reaching thousands and millions of
Yeah.
people, things that are possibly televised. And yeah, because mental health is a pandemic. It's something that is actually worldwide. It's not
Yes.
just a problem in my
Yes.
backyard.
I
I would
agree.
love, yeah, I'd be love to reach people across the world, and on larger platforms. Yeah.
And that's why, I don't know, I just felt like challenging it, because I think equally, um sometimes, I'm not saying that what we think and what we speak always happens. I believe we all have our path in life, and even if people interfere with it or we don't follow it exactly, I believe at some point, depending on our choices, we will always get to the point that we are supposed to achieve. But equally, I think, yes, you can be humble, you can be content, but dream big. Really dream big. And it's not about us. It's so much greater than us. And I think, if you can put yourself in those places and those spaces where you are able to reach many, many more people, I believe that's one of the greatest service you can do as well. So I just think, I don't know, I think it's lovely that you said that, but I don't know, I just feel that you deserve to not just you, but other people deserve to witness more of you. That's all I'm thinking.
And I would absolutely love that and agree. I would love more people to be able to transform their lives knowing that I was able to, based on my background and history, how much I really just felt empty and didn't love myself for the longest time. And there was a lot of things that were just detrimental to my mental health that I was able to pick myself up and achieve.
Absolutely. And equally, I want to be really conscious of time, but I also feel like just for people listening, because I know you shared many different aspects of your journey and all you've experienced, but what I'm really, really intrigued about is the moment when something just clicked, and I know it wouldn't have been just one significant moment, but what comes to your mind? Because I just think, when we're thinking about mental health, and gosh, for people that have ever experienced that, it's like a cassette. I was going to say a cassette, that sounds so old. It's like a recording that will just not stop. It will not give in. And it can come in soft, it can come in slow, it can come in fast, it can come in intense, it can come in multiple different ways, it can come in through the words of others. And so to think about someone where there's just so much internally turmoil that they're facing, which I know that you would have been able to relate to, and I'm sure there's moments where sometimes it still comes back, because it, like what we said, it's not a tick and done. What advice would you give to people in those moments? Because I just feel like from what you've shared to the point you're at now, wow. What did you do? And I'm not saying that what you did is going to be, always what someone else can do, because it's all an individual journey. But I think in you just sharing the process that you went through, I think that could really help many people.
What comes back to my slogan before is, mark my words, mental health awareness saved my life. Because I didn't really know what mental health was. Once I started bringing awareness to the way I was talking to myself, the mantra I have in my head, is when I realized that was affecting the way I felt about myself, that I was in control of the thoughts I was having. I was in control of the feelings I was having.
Yeah.
Something I learned in therapy called CDT, cognitive distortion therapy. It's actually studying our thoughts and our feelings and how it can change our behavior. I started noticing the days I was thinking certain things and feeling a certain way, how it would affect my behavior for the day, what I would choose to or not to do. If I would choose to set my goals and accomplish them, or if I would choose to just throw up my hands and just give up on my day. Started realizing that was all because of the way I was thinking and feeling. Once I was able to change that mantra and change what I was telling myself in my head for the day, I was able to change my day. I was able to change the way I felt about myself. I was able to accomplish and achieve my goals. I started realizing what I was thinking and saying to myself was going to change my behavior. Once I started changing my behavior and feeling better about the things I was doing, it affected my mental health better. They started feeding off of each other. When I started doing things to better help myself and taking care of myself more, I felt better about myself, and it was easier to have a better mantra about myself. So everyone, it's really good to bring our awareness to the things we're thinking and telling ourselves so we can find a way to change it. It's in our control and in our power.
Beautiful. Wow, Mark. And how I'm imagining that is through observation, not connecting to it and just being intrigued by it and interested, even when it's not very nice. Just interesting. Am I choosing to believe that? Is that really true about me? And that's something that that has really helped me as well. And I would love your take on this, but I've noticed that even when your mind becomes a much more beautiful place, and even when those passing thoughts come in or whatever, often they can be replaced by actually ones that sound loving, but the undertone of them are, have a little rest. Oh, you don't need to go and do that today. And I think even loving and soft, calm thoughts, sometimes we still need to observe them and think, okay, actually, what did I want to achieve today in my day? And actually, is this serving me right now? Even when it's soft and it's gentle and it's kind, actually, is it still procrastination masked in just a different delivery? And I just think I love what you expressed, and it's just that awareness, and yeah, just being really aware of you and what you want to achieve, and equally the opposite of giving yourself a ridiculous to-do list and then being like, I can't rest. Like, again, it's all so individual and unique to the person, and it's just, again, being intrigued, curious, and aware and observing. So thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely. I'm grateful to. Thanks for giving me a space to.
You're welcome. Really, really, Mark, I'm so excited for you, and I believe, I know we've not even touched on so much that you're navigating and infusing into the world, but equally, I also believe that there's so much more that's coming into your life, and I'm really excited for you to step into those, bigger roles, bigger spaces, bigger places, because I do think that what you've been through just up until this point is extraordinary, and many more people need to hear it in order to not always be the one that is going through that, but sometimes it can actually just be a full reset for people that are even stuck in that kind of victim mentality of, and we're all different, but I mean of poor me, poor me, poor me, and to hear something and what someone really went through, and it's not, again, comparison, but it actually gives us rockets up our, if you know what I mean, to actually get up, get on with it, become more a pillar of life, and empower ourselves. Because essentially we can go to that therapist, we can listen to this podcast, we can do whatever, but we have to take ownership, and we have to take our own power back, and only we can do that, which I believe you have.
Absolutely. And I'm conscientious of time too, but you mind if I hit one or two key points about what you were just saying?
This is your episode. I believe whatever you feel like the viewers still need to hear, it's your time. Share away.
Right on. If it's my time, I'm going to pop my collar, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't know how to put this. Kind of a big deal. No, but some things that you were just saying, and my people out there with trauma, don't do avoidance tactics. There are things that you were just talking about when we're going to choose what we do or don't do with our day. If we notice there's something present in our day that's bothering us, don't avoid it.
Yeah.
Address it, know what it is and what brought it up, bring your awareness to it so you can feel like you're in control of it. Because if you avoid it, my trauma was coming up in other places I didn't want to. It came up in my dreams, came up in my
Wow.
anxiety, it came up in other places. You're going to be a better, stronger person when you can confront it. Avoidance isn't a good thing, everyone. Avoiding is going to hurt even more.
Yeah.
So I really encourage you to be able to tackle your trauma. Because everyone, again, what I've been through that Shel was saying, I've been able to come up on top. You've only heard a small fraction of my history. Someone with complex post-traumatic stress disorder, I have a multitude of traumas in my life. My attempted suicide of putting my gun to my head wasn't the only thing that completely changed me. I have a lot of trauma in my life that I still address in therapy when and how I need to. I know how it's changed me, and I know how to bring my awareness to my triggers so I can avoid them. And everyone with trauma, the grieving process is important. Again, avoidance isn't good. That's the first stage of your grieving, is denial. The first couple of years of my vision loss, I was in denial. I didn't want to accept it. I didn't use a cane, or I didn't agree with my vision loss. I just tried to go about life the way I used to. It was detrimental to my mental health. I eventually had to accept that I'm blind now and do things a different way. So denial was not a good thing, and it made my trauma even worse and extend for longer. I got over the denial and I started going through all the other stages. So everyone, I want you to know you can do the same. If you need encouragement or help or tools on all of my streaming platforms, you can find me where I'm sharing a lot of things that have helped me in my trauma recovery, as well as things that I hope will be able to help you in your own trauma recovery, everyone. So if you need to, feel free to find me on socials and click to subscribe, and I'll do anything I can to be able to help you in your recovery.
And really, I think that's really powerful what you've added to that, because there's doing your own research, whatever it is, but if you are not in that right frame of mind, connecting to someone like you, and again, they do essentially need to do the work, but like what you've just so valuably shared there is, sometimes we don't have to, navigate it all and figure it out ourselves. We have so many incredible people around you, which is why I love these conversations with incredible guests like you that have walked that walk. They've experienced that experience, and so you don't have to figure it out, wonder what's next. You can connect, even if you just send him a message and you just are intrigued about something. You never know where that curiosity can lead you. So thank you for expressing all that, Mark.
Absolutely. I want everyone to know there's always hope out there. This is coming from someone with a lot of trauma, that's been through a lot, that has physical and mental health conditions, but it's very possible.
Absolutely. Wow. Even without you saying that, anyone that reads between the lines can 100% figure that out. Wow. Extraordinary. And I'm just so happy that you're still here, and you're here to tell your version, and that you really have, because I think sometimes there are these cliches, but you really, really, really have, and are continuing to turn something that was so, not just even one thing, many things, as you've experienced, you're still navigating them, so traumatic to you, into something that is going to really empower and change many, many lives. So thank you.
You're very, very welcome. I really appreciate everything you're doing too, because all the interviews you're doing, 171 or so, you were saying, not the only one that's going to be transforming lives too. Thanks for the opportunity to be on the platform, and for sharing so many interviews.
You're so welcome. And just finally, all your details are going to be in the description for people to reach out to you. But if it doesn't have to be related to what we've just been speaking about, but I always ask my guests at the end, if there's something that you believe someone in this exact moment right now would really benefit from hearing, what would you tell them?
Most important thing is to learn how to love ourselves. It doesn't matter what we came from. Doesn't matter the choices we made before in the past. We can leave them in the past. Look forward to your future, Because if we're ruminating, if we're looking back and dwelling on things, we're going to miss opportunities in the future. We're not going to be loving ourselves. We're going to be too hyper focused on things that we can't change. Think about the things that we can change. I was too hyper focused on my past and wanting something different and wanting my vision back. It's not possible. It put me in a route that was detrimental. Everyone, I want you to know it's very, very possible to close old doors, to be able to be hopeful and look forward to your future. Don't hold things over your head. Use them as a learning curve, please, everyone. We can only learn from our mistakes. I want you all to know that and take it with you and learn how to love yourself for the mistakes that we've made, because we don't know till after the fact.
100%. And would you equally say that often that real love in yourself is very much also in the present moment? Would you say?
Very much is, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I think sometimes it's very, very important to have our desires, our goals, our dreams. But equally, again, if we are so fixated on that, we're missing the beauty of right now, I think, as well.
Absolutely. I didn't want to miss my day today. I was up at 5:30 a.m. this morning to give me time to eat breakfast, to do my usual routine, to get 2 different workouts in and get a snack in between, eat lunch and have my protein. I made it here in time for our meeting at 11:30 a.m. I have time today to still do what I want and get in my studio and go whack on some drums and play some rock and roll, you know? I'm able to do what I want with my day every single day, everyone. Make those goals, set your goals, and accomplish them.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Yes. You wanted me to go and bang some drums now. I haven't got any. But yeah, enjoy. And really, Mark, thank you so much for reaching out. I feel absolutely honored to listen firsthand before even this is released to you and all. You're so inspiring, really. Thank you so much. And I really mean this from the goodness of my heart, that may you continue that love that you have cultivated within you. May you continue to just send that out and it comes back to you like multiplied, and everything you're just putting out into the world. Really, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I do believe the love will be coming back to me. That's why I already feel it today. Thanks for inviting me here today and finding me on LinkedIn, and for this opportunity to share much with the world and make some connection and open communication for people.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
That's the magic that Zest is in.